What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. And I'm back. How are you? Took a few days off. And here we are. It is 5-inch Friday. We are going to do some repairs and some looking at the Basher glides. And we're also going to dig into this eSheen USB to computer VTX to switch over, since it's eSheen, they've got like RPSMA, so I don't have any other antennas for this. But on the inside of this thing, I'll bet you it's just a UFL, and I've got a UFL to SMA. So I want to try to change this one over here to regular so that I can put a patch antenna on this. This guy works with the laptop, not here. A lot of echo. That's weird. It shouldn't. The room is pretty dead. But hey, this guy works on the laptop, not here on the desktop, but on the laptop. And the laptop is now my secondary streaming location at Maggie's house in her spare bedroom. I threw up a quick picture on Instagram in a story. It's probably already gone, but we can look at it tonight. I bought a little desk and I got all set up over there to live stream. Her house is way more fun to fly than this apartment. She's got a second story and there's a big dive gap, and it's really, really fun. I actually already had some carnage there, a bunch of carnage actually. All my whoops are now down. So unfortunately I won't be going to the whoop race tomorrow in Tennessee. I was leaning towards not going anyway, with basically the Mazda 2 on springs with no shocks. It is intolerable to drive, and I just can't justify driving it 5 hours each way. Yeah, so it's fine. It wasn't meant to be. But yeah, this is going to link directly up to the laptop, and I'll be able to whoop around the house there live on stream. Technically speaking, I could also use this to shoot out the front windows and fly around the street, but I stream when it's dark. So, probably won't be doing that. But yeah, man, flying our house is really fun. Being able to, like, now that we've got some horsepower into these tiny whoops, it really allows you to do some fun three-dimensional stuff. Everything is fast, it's, you know, you don't get a ton of hang time, but you can still do some really fun stuff. You just have to, like, kind of be on top of it, and you got to really, really, really be sort of, you know, skateboard-ish flying. But it's very, very fun. So you guys are going to dig that for sure. And then, the other thing I want to look at on one of these rigs is there's some electrical noise. Well, this one's actually broken. There's a wire that seems to have been chopped here. So I think I just have to fix an ESC to flight controller wire. But on the other one, yeah, it's got video noise, and the OSD is a little hard to see. So I'm just gonna pull the top plate off, and we'll see what's going on there. Maybe that might be the one that I didn't put a capacitor on. So it could be as easy as doing that, or maybe I've got the video line sitting right next to something that it shouldn't be sitting right next to. In the chat, GrizzFPV was first, Jonathan Olin was next, Espander, Ricardo Ferreira, Chopper Girl, Riot, Chopper Girl, I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, Riot9, ImpFPV, GrizzFPV again, Frank Nicholas, Dan636, Paul McDonald, Windjumby, Brandon's Baked Beans, WomFPV, Family Guyver, Flyzone Drones. Who else do we have here? J Drones is in the house. Brandon's Baked Beans, Kestrel FPV, Northern Tier, S Grace, Family Guyver. I think I got most of you folks. If you want to talk directly to me, all you've got to do is type my name into the chat. Got to spell it right. Can't put a space in between Ciotti and FPV. And then it'll light up an orange. Or if you want to see me keep doing these live streams, you can do a super chat or a PayPal and then tag me. I rely on all your guys' support to continue doing these, you know, without any sponsors or, you know, when I talk shit about everybody equally. So yeah, help a brother out. Go to CiottiFPV.com. That's another way to help me out. Join my Patreon for as little as $3 a month. That's 10 cents a day. Makes a huge difference. There's also an Etsy store. Buy yourself some stickers for Christmas. I give you permission. There's a Teespring store with some fun shirts. This is today's shirt. Look at this FPV Cycle shirt. It's really good. It's a good quality shirt, and the design. I love the design. I forgot this guy. There we go. Not working as well, but I'll be okay. There we go. That's working. Bunch of affiliate links too. If you're doing Amazon orders for Christmas and you hit my affiliate link before your order, I will get free money. Go over to CiottiFPV.com and click all the buttons. Make your gangly friend happy. GrizzFPV says, glad you're up to it, brother. Jonathan Olin says, glad to have you back. Hope you're doing well. I am doing shockingly well. Flyzone Drone says, what up, fellas? I'm doing well because I got to spend a whole bunch of time with Maggie and the kids. And yeah, this is such a fun week hanging out with them. J Drone says, hope you're doing a little better, my man. I most definitely am, Jay. There's a chance that I'm just forcing it all down, if I'm completely honest, and I'm a little scared of that. I'm actually looking forward to therapy next week to kind of talk about that with Sean. But yeah, I don't know. Tuesday was horrible. Tuesday night was horrible, but then Wednesday, I don't know. I woke up at Maggie's place and all was right with the world. And yeah, so I've been fine since then, which is what's kind of creeping me out. IDV says, hey, CiottiFPV, how you doing? Doing good, brother. Dan636 says, is that the X-Nova rig? No. The X-Nova rig is... I actually left it there. I left the ripsqueaks there. Because I'm just going right back there tomorrow after I do my work trade at the yoga studio. So, and I think Sunday's stream I'm going to do from there. So I think Sunday's stream is going to be in a whole different studio. I guess, I put that in the stream title. I guess we talk about that first, because we kind of already have been talking about it. So if I go to iCloud Photos, I can show you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty basic for now. Yeah, nothing fancy, but you guys aren't watching this for a fancy looking studio. Like, this is just for funsies. This is easy. What I've done here is very, very easy. It's like two small purple light bulbs up here, couple other purple light bulbs, one red light bulb, fucking USB Christmas lights. It's nothing. Like one studio LED panel light. That's all. Nothing really. A silly little $8 closet light. Simple. It's simple to... lighting can be cheap. It doesn't have to be, but it can be. So here's one side of it. I brought a bunch of old rigs that so this is an old CL1 that's got the Rampage stickers on it. This is a Rotorius race rig, and then this is the Rotorius CB5. I have no interest in these frames at all, but they're not really worth anything to anybody, so I just kind of keep them together. And then I've got broken motors on all of them and propellers, just as like wall art. So I'm going to put those up, and then, yeah, there's the two Cinewhoops. This is the 5-degree up tilt one here on the left with the HQ ducts. And then this is the 15-degree up tilt one here with the skinny Thingiverse ducts. And then this is the cinematic glide with the front arms swept back, with the dead cat front arms. You can kind of see it's not true X geometry. There's my monitor down there with the VTX built in. This is my Crumpler, is the name of the company that makes it. DSLR bag. There's one of my tiny little 96 LED AAA powered LED lights that I'm just going to use to throw some color on the back wall. And then there's the tiny whoop case before I broke the damn thing. So there's that, and then hold on. And then there's come on now. And then this is Michael Blade says, woohoo, it's Friday. Newport Drone says, working here in Pacific Northwest. Welcome back. How's the new stream locale? Good timing. We're talking about it right now. IDV was having an echo thing. Nobody else was. Riot9 says, YouTube just did the thing. Riot9 says, no echo for me. Newport says, never mind, you're at your normal spot. Doodle Bob says, Nihoy, Mihoy, sup. Black Moses says, was hanging. Frank Nicholas dropping the link to CiottiFPV.com. Thank you, dude. Remy Tim says, hey, idiots. Hey, CiottiFPV. It's good to see you again. Black Moses says, how's your finger doing? What are your thoughts on digital FPV? Finger's getting way better. It still hurts, but it'll be fine. Digital FPV is great. I'm very jealous. I can't afford to switch because I've got a bunch of different rigs, so it would be really expensive, and I can't be half on one, half on the other. So also, there's a really big problem with for me doing gigs. Sometimes a director or the director of photography will want to be away from me and still have a monitor. And in order to do that on DJI, you have to buy an entire second set of goggles, and then you have to tell them that they need to wear the goggles, which is kind of insane. Then you have to hook it up. You know, you wouldn't do that, so then you got to deal with that stupid phone software, and you got to have another phone, or you got to pay for the $800 DJI. It's just a disaster. So until there's a monitor with a DJI, VTX built into it, it's just, I'm not doing it. It's just insane. And analog works great. We've been using analog for forever. So yeah, I'll just keep flying analog. It's fine. Works great for me. Tiago says, Christmas with kids is at another level. I know, right? Dan636 says, the one you were flying at the start of the stream. Oh no, 5-inch rig. 99% of the flight footage that you see for me is with 5-inch rigs. If it's from a smaller rig, you'll know it. They look drastically different because they don't cover any ground. They're very, very slow in comparison. So yeah, this is the laptop usually goes here, but I'd already put it in my bag. And then I just threw like a blanket up on the wall to try to dampen a little bit of the echo. This little double hard drive thing, I'm going to be moving back and forth. This is a 4 terabyte drive here. I think Sunday's stream is going to be editing. So this is going to be important because I got to get a reel. I got to start on a 2021 reel. And then little work area here. I think I'm actually going to move this to the other side and move, this is that power supply, the toolkit power supply. I'm going to move this over to this side, and then I'll have a little workstation here, which will be nice. I got the soldering iron, I got the little power supply. It's funny, man. A lot of stuff is coming in handy. This is my old B6 AC charger that I saved forever. A little parallel board, non-fused parallel board that I've been saving forever. Like I saved a bunch of stuff. This is this smaller LED panel that I don't usually use. And yeah, this is the desk that I bought. It's actually like carbon fiber top and bottom. It was cheap. And it's actually really sturdy. So yeah, I got a great little layout. it actually feels really nice to. It felt really. It was very like. It was like therapeutic to kind of set this up and to, because I was kind of moving into a new space in a way, you know what I mean? And with everything that's happened this year, that felt really, really, really good. And I think that has a lot to do with why I'm functioning right now. So yeah, man, I'm psyched. This, what I did notice is that the camera is a lot closer, so I have to run the camera at a much wider. Well, no, I guess this is at 18, so I guess I'll look pretty similar to you guys. I'll be about the same size. I'm a little bit closer, so it's going to be more like this. So you guys might be weirded out, but you know, fuck off. Athix says, hey. Athix also says that Fractal 65 frame, man. Yeah, I looked at that. I watched that video, Athix. He doesn't. I don't know. I didn't really see much durability testing in there. I'm worried that those. I don't know. It's interesting. The one thing I don't like about it is there's absolutely no weight below the prop line, which I already noticed that on the Tiny Whoops when they just have the canopy and the camera up on top. So I don't know. It's probably fine. I'm probably overthinking it, but the thing is, for me, I've got these. I'm looking for the link. I've got these so I can show it here on the stream. There it is. I've got these cockroach frames and builds set up so that I can also carry the Insta360 Go. So the Fractal thing kind of kills that. Why do the images, there they go, now the images are working. So yeah, Fractal Engineering is the company that makes that really cool parallel, it's not a parallel board, what the hell is it? I guess it is. It's a balance board. So you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 PH 2.0 Tiny Whoop batteries on here, and then it reads it as a 6S battery, or a 5S battery, or a 4S, or a 3S, or a 2S, or a 1S. And what's really cool about that is you can get IRs. You can get internal resistances on your Tiny Whoop batteries, which we've kind of never really been able to do, you know what I mean? Plus, you can charge 6 Tiny Whoop batteries at the same time on your big boy charger. So you can just, you know, make them even more puffy. Really, really handy board. Really, really, really handy. Just to be able to get the internal resistances, I mean, that's huge. Although you can kind of see it by how puffy they are. But yeah, awesome little board. So Athix shot me a link to their little frame here. Oh, and that's cool. They sell it pre-built. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, and they're using that. You also have to use this Happy Model AIO, which is probably fine, but I don't know. Happy Model can blow me. Other than their motors are great. But so yeah, it uses the you basically take which frame is that? That looks like the Happy Model frame, and you just cut the ducts off, and then you just bolt the ducts to the bottom. You bolt the ducts to a carbon fiber frame. Show the bottom, you donkeys. There we go. So yeah, it's a little carbon fiber frame, which we'll look at in a second, and you just bolt the ducts down with the motor screws. I'm worried that that's not going to be strong enough. Yeah, so you can see they're just kind of cut out. I'm worried that there's the little carbon fiber frame. So the fact that it's a little carbon fiber frame is great because it's going to absorb vibrations really, really well. So you're going to be able to really lower the filtering. But on Tiny Whoops, you can even like on a cockroach frame, you can lower the filtering quite a bit. So this, yes, you'd be able to lower the filtering more on this, but My guess is that that's not going to be enough of an advantage for me. Sort of like the AOS 5 versus the Glide. The AOS 5 absolutely will handle vibrations better, and I'll be able to drop the filtering down and raise the PID loop up more, but than the Glide frame. But the Glide frame crashes better. It's way more adaptable, and I don't have it, and it resists vibrations enough, and I can get the PID tune where I want it and the filters where I want them, where I'm only sacrificing a couple of milliseconds of latency. And I would rather have a frame that crashes better, is more adaptable, blah, 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 blah. Right? So this Fractal frame kind of strikes me as maybe that same situation, right? Where it should be, yeah, it should fly the tiniest little bit better, and you should be able to push the tune farther and pull the filtering down more. But that, in the grand scheme of things, that only nets you a couple milliseconds of latency. And I don't know if that's worth it. What I will say, what I absolutely love about this frame is that they put the camera up here, which brings the ducts out of view. So that I really like. The other thing that kind of worries me about it, though, is that when it's sitting flat, the top of the propellers, I think, are going to be the lowest point. So I think this thing might be a nightmare to turtle mode, or you won't even be able to turtle mode it. And that's really important to me because I fly acro inside and I crash constantly. So yeah, they need to have like a little kickstand or something that'll stick upwards. I wonder if you could put like a CP antenna. You know what I mean? Get like a CP antenna sticking up. But see, then it's still gonna sit really low to the ground. Like I get the feeling that no matter what, this is gonna be a nightmare to turtle mode because there's just nothing up here. And I mean, I guess you could just add like a dummy canopy, but then you know, you don't really want to do that. I'm very torn because I love the idea of not having any props in view, but why? Like yes, I'm gonna get DVR of the Tiny Whoop this winter for sure, and do like a Tiny Whoop edit, but it's gonna look like a bag of smashed assholes, right? Because that's what DVR looks like. So who cares if there's, you know, if there's the regular Tiny Whoop prop and guards in view on the bottom of the frame, right? Because the footage looks like shit anyway. So whatever. So yeah, I don't know. The turtling thing is the biggest problem. If somebody can create a very lightweight fucking stick in the middle of this thing, you know, that you bolt down, it'll become a lot more realistic for me. And then when you're flying through the air, you can have a stabby bit and you can attack your enemies and stab them in the eyes. Need that. Need it. But a really cool frame. $22 for the frame itself. I like it. I want to hear honest opinions about the turtleability. That's my main worry. So, chat, if one of you guys gets it, let us know how you like it. And leave a note on your order that says, yo, you should send CiottiFPV one of these for free. He'll probably build it. He's kind of interested in it. Cheers. Dunkel. What's next? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, Facebook. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Chat. What's up, chat? Let me make sure I'm caught up. I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up at all. Right, 9 says hoarding pays off, but I should throw out those chopped immortal teas, all 20 million of them. Yeah, I try to only hoard things that have actual value. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, stuff that I can make any case for throwing away, I'll always throw away. Ricardo Ferrara dropped an essay into the chat. Hi, Ciotti, I want slow cinematic HD footage, GoPro 8, for my first 3-inch Cinewoop builds. I'll remove the ducts and foam. Why? And now just need motors. If you don't mind, I have a couple of questions. Why are you going to remove the ducts and foam, though? Why would you build a Cinewoop and then remove the things that make it a Cinewoop? Question 1, does the inferior NR magnets, example 9N12P, relate to notchiness? I don't think so. Although I don't know a ton about that, but I don't think so. If there was a spec that related to notchiness, somebody would have figured that out by now. So yeah, I'm gonna say no. Question 2, Diatone has a sale on 1606 that I will motor limit to 80% just for slow cruising. Is the Toka 2 Nachi? Absolutely. Well, more than likely. I bought one of those Toka 1606s and it was ultra Nachi. Somebody in the chat at some point told me that they had one Toka 1606 that was real Nachi and another one that was smooth. Here's the problem. If you order Toka 1606s from somewhere, you have no idea what you're getting. And if they come and they're Nachi, that's going to be a hard return. Because, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe if you explain that to whoever you bought them from wherever you buy them from, they'll be cool with it. But don't be surprised if they're very weirded out and don't want to do the return. So, yeah. Question 3, this Toka motor is T-mount. Does the Gemfan D76 come with an adapter? Yep, absolutely. You can tell by, if you just look at the center of the propeller, you can just tell. So just, if you pull up the Gemfan D76s and zoom in on the hub of the prop, you'll be able to see it. Jonathan Olin says, I think I can guess, but I'm interested in your thoughts on the whole wobbly VTX antenna is the devil thing Chris Rosser is so adamant about. It's true. It's absolutely true. But it has to be really wobbly. It has to be wobbly. It has to be wobbling. To become a big problem, it has to wobble at a frequency less than 100 hertz. 100 hertz means 100 times a second. It's pretty wobbly. You can see it in the black box logs, and it's pretty rare. I use these little UFL antennas that are nice and lightweight, and if they have a wobble frequency, it's way above 100 hertz. So just do that. Just start using, and doing this UFL antenna also saves you 10 grams, which is a really big deal. So put your VTX as far back as you can get it, and then just do a UFL, a direct UFL or a direct MMCX, hopefully UFL because it's better than MMCX. And yeah, get this you can print this little mount from Thingiverse, and you put it in there, and it's really durable, it's really lightweight, and when your rig is up at a 30-degree angle, it just barely clears the top of the battery. The battery comes up like here. This is the Fox Ear. I don't actually recommend this one. It's a little too short. This is the TBS. I don't know what the hell it's called, but what I really like though, this is just the test rig, and you can see it's up a little bit higher on that one. The battery comes up like this, and it's like that, and it's just barely above the top of the battery when you're nose down. If you flatten out It's a problem. If you look towards yourself and you flatten out, it disappears. So don't do that. Just put the nose down and there you go. What was I just gonna say? Yeah, what I really like are the True RC. The True RC Singularity, that's the red one, and the True RC OCP, it's the other one. It's black. And oh god, there's shit all over the table. Yeah, those are my favorites. Work really, really well. And I've never had one of those issues. Where with the wobbly thing, it's a problem when you use a TPU SMA mount on the back and then a big, long, heavy SMA antenna. That antenna will have enough momentum and weight to wobble around so much that it actually does wobble the frame. And if it puts a vibration into the frame and into the gyro that's less than 100 hertz, you can't filter that frequency out because below 100 hertz is the quad's motion. So any vibrations that are on top of the quad's motion, if you filter that out, as you roll, when you hit that specific speed, the filter will kick in and the quad will just stop. Or, I don't know, I mean, it'll probably do something weird. It probably won't, I don't know. I don't know what it'll actually do, but it's a big problem. I just spilled, did you see? Tiny Whoop durability footage? No, not footage. Feedback. I should have gotten some footage, but I didn't. So, ultimate freestyle Tiny Whoop for indoors. Indoors is really the only place that you should be flying a Tiny Whoop anyway. They don't belong outside. Toothpicks fly outside if you want something that's ultra lightweight. In my opinion, confirmed. Ultimate freestyle indoor Tiny Whoop is 65, not 75. And I think this might actually be it. Cockroach frame. It's a little bit heavier than the Meteor 65 frame, and it's a little bit more fragile, but it's stiffer, and it'll allow you to lower the filters more and crank the PIDs up a little bit more. I haven't tested the Meteor frame a lot. I think I'm going to build another Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop, and I think I'm going to put it in a Meteor frame so I can really test it. But I think I like the way that this one flies better just because I can pull the filters down significantly more and push the PIDs up significantly more. Happy model 0802 25,000 kV motors, gem fan, 4-blade, 1.2 inch props, newbie drone AIO. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's worth it. And then the Goober. I mean, it's basically a newbie drone build, Acro B V3 with the Happy Model motors direct soldered, and BT 2.0, which I haven't done yet, with We Bleed FPV batteries. Shout out to Mighty Car Mods. That's their little thingy there that I just ripped from one of their episodes. I did an order from We Bleed FPV. I got a Fractal Engineering board that I was just showing you guys for the giveaways. So if you're on the, hey, how about this? If you're on the $3 a month tier, hop up to the $5 a month tier, and you'll be in the running to win this board in an upcoming giveaway. The $5 a month tier enters you into the Tiny Whoop tier giveaways, and that's going to be one of the prizes in there. Another one of the prizes in there is going to be a bag of these things from We Bleed FPV. These are race gate holders, the round and then the square race gates that you grab them and you twist them and they and then you let them go and they yeah, these things have 3M double-sided VHB, and so you just these things to the wall and then the race gate goes right on there. So, and these are like small, like look how little they are. So I've been just sticking these all over the fucking apartment. I have a whole bunch of them on all the walls, and so I can just take the gate and put it on one and fly around, and then take the gate off that one, put it on another one, and do a power loop through that. Really cool. It was like quantity 1. I didn't realize quantity 1 was 6. Was 6 of the things in here. I thought it was just 1 of the things. And I was like, oh, I could use like 6 of these. So I've now got 6 packs of 6. And nowhere near enough walls for them. So there's going to be a bunch of giveaways with these. Got enough of these to last me until the dawn of time. Most important... Wait, no. I also got a bunch of these BT 2.0 to PH, SP, SH... Fuck you. There's a sack with some things. What's in the sack? Some stickers. There's a sack of stickers. And most importantly, their batteries. This is... We Bleed FPV must have either... I don't know. I don't know how this happened, but this is the Newbie Drone Gold, the best battery that we've got by like a lot for Tiny Whoops, but with a BT 2.0 connector on it. And yeah, that's a big deal. So that's going to make a noticeable difference on this, and I really can't wait, because this is my Cockroach 75 build, which is 1S, and it's on the T-Motor 0803 22,000 kV motors on the Gemfan 4-blade props. On a 1S 450, this gets more runtime than this on a 1S 300. This has better power to weight than this does, by a little bit, but this is heavy enough where can you see the problem? Like, you'll notice I haven't put this prop back on. And I told you that my whoop is down. Both of them were actually down. You see it in there? It's the motor shaft. So 1 millimeter. So in fairness, that big dive at Maggie's place, like, it's a big dive and it's all hardwood and walls and yeah, I was really going for it. But I was still inside, like, you know, I wasn't full throttle. It was like, so yeah, I mean, I was crashing hard, but I wasn't crashing that hard. Now, maybe this was a freak occurrence. These were prototype motors that were sent to me. I've got 2 more of these motors coming from Pyrodrone. They'll be here next week. Maybe this was a freak occurrence, but I bet you it's not. I bet you this is too heavy. I mean, regardless, this is going to be heavier than this. And a big part of freestyle is being able to crash the shit out of it. And so no matter what, this is going to crash better because these motors have 1 millimeter motor shafts. So what happens in the Tiny Whoops when you hit really hard is that the frame bends, the duct bends into the propeller, and then the propeller transfers that load to the motor shaft. Now, it could also be because this is a carbon fiber braced frame. Normally, with these Tiny Whoop frames, when that happens, when it pushes on the motor mount will just flex, and the motor will just move on the base, right? So that'll alleviate some of the stress on the motor shaft. But when you've got a motor cranked down to a carbon fiber brace, that ain't gonna happen, right? It's gonna be much a much more solid motor mount. So, platform. So maybe, I guess you could also say, maybe this is not the right frame. I mean, technically, you can run this frame without the carbon fiber brace. But it doesn't seem like it's really meant for that. Because then it has nothing connecting the bottom. I feel like at that point you would want to go over to the Meteor 75 frame. So I wonder if this build in a Meteor 75 frame would be durable enough. Because what I can say is this flies better. It's got a little bit more weight, which is fun for a little bit more momentum. But it's got enough surface area where it doesn't necessarily feel much bigger. It doesn't feel out of place inside. I didn't get to fly it a ton. This happened pretty quick. This happened yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. But 2 more motors coming. Lots of cursing inbound because I'm going to have to direct solder it. We'll see. All that being said, what I should probably do is stop smashing the shit out of this because this is going to be my Insta360 Go 2 carrier. I do have plans. I do have a second one of these, though. My idea was if I have 2 of each of these, one of them is the cinematic one that I don't pound the shit out of that carries the Insta360 Goes. Go 1, Go 2. And then the other one is the freestyle one that I hammer the hell out of. So, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. If you guys ever do newbie drone orders, drop in the notes that they should send Ciotti a V3 B-Brain board. I would love to test that board out, but I just can't justify spending $100 on it. I kind of can't afford to spend $100 on it anyway. Because I have 3 of these V1 boards. If I can get that fourth, the fourth board could be a V3, and then I'll do a review and all that shit. That would get me where I want to be. 265s, 275s. And then, yeah, it's also nice to have 2 of them because it helps me do testing. It helps me do head-to-heads to compare stuff. But this is flying so good. This does not yaw wash out at all. Like you can get this to just barely yaw wash out if you really drop it. Like I was throwing it up off the second floor down towards the hardwood, and if on the way down I flatten this out a little bit too much, it would like give me 2 or 3 little wiggles. And it's a lack of authority. It's a straight up lack of thrust. So maybe actually the BT 2.0, you know what? I bet you that'll fix that. I bet you that'll fix that issue. Whereas on this, man, it just didn't. It flew like a miniature 5-inch rig. It was really, really, really impressive. But it didn't get through a single battery of getting banged around pretty violently. So I don't know. Could have been a fluke. But it'll happen again. If it's not a fluke, it'll happen again for sure because it's getting a hell of a durability test on this big dive. And like I'm trying to do other stuff. Like I'm trying to do like reverse up, like power loop up the dive, and then like and like Matty flip off of it, of course, and like just it's all hell's breaking loose. So I mean we're gonna get some durability feedback in a hurry. But this thing, it's just amazing. It's just absolutely incredible. So I'll get that BT 2.0 on there, and I got 8 of these Weebly batteries, which is perfect. So I'm really looking forward to that. Dunkel. Let me get caught up in the chat. Been neglecting you folks for 20 minutes while I blabbed. Tiago says, I tested a similar frame with the Mobula 7 and returned to the old frame. It was awful. I wouldn't think that the Fractal frame is awful because that board that they made was kind of genius. So I don't know, but you never know. J Drone says, do you adjust the PID sum on whoops? I do. I turn it all the way up. Anything that's low authority, you want to turn the PID sum all the way up. So tiny whoops, cine whoops. You know what? Anything that's not a 5-inch freestyle rig. Is this out of focus? Nah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, 5-inch freestyle rigs, I don't turn it all the way up. It just creeps me out. I leave it at 80% on pitch and roll and 70% on yaw. Athix says, I also should have the DeLorean ready. Nice. Athix building some cool shit. YouTube just did the thing, scrolling back up. J. Jordan says, the Mob Light 7 is flat on the top like that, and that turtle modes. As long as you're not on laminate. The only problem I have with the camera low and central like that is I find it harder to judge. Really? Interesting. Wow. That's got to be mental, but I mean, it is what it is what it is. AKA says, what's up? That's interesting. How is it going to turtle mode though on like shaggy kind of carpet or like? Yeah, that's wild. J Drone says, judge the width when shooting gaps. Interesting. Huh. I wonder what it is about seeing the props and the guards that makes it easier to shoot gaps. That's wild. We're going to continue mailbag in a second, but I want to try to get caught up on chat. June Loco says, what's up? AKA says, got a Tiny Hawk 2 JST SH 2.0 battery plug. I want to run 2 of them so I can plug 2 1S LiPos and run as 2S. How? They make little adapters. They make a little adapter that's positive and negative, and then it goes to each connector, and then there's another lead that connects them. I think Beta FPV sells them. Ramdongo says 1.5 millimeter shafts bogey. So these shafts are 1 millimeter. So ideally, I wish that so the motor shaft I think is actually 1.5, but then it necks down because all of our tiny whoop props are 1 millimeter center hole. I wish that these T-Motor 0803s, because these motors are that fucking jam, better than, like, a lot better than any other motor I've tested. If these motors were a 1.5 millimeter shaft, they do sell these 1.6 inch props with a 1.5 millimeter center. But T-Motor's not going to do that. So yeah, we're stuck with these motors, but these are the best 75 mil motor to motor whoop motors. I'm saying motors a lot. That we've got. The N636 says transfers the load. Avix says direct soldered whoop motors are so worth it, but FML, yeah, it really sucks. It really, really sucks. Ramdongo says Vidal says soon should be sponsoring me. Showered earlier. Oh my god, YouTube, stop doing the thing. Scrolling back up. Where we at? Come on. Grizz FPV says, I have a Mob Light 7 set up the same way, but without the carbon fiber plate, and turtle mode's fine. Wow. I can't wrap my head around that, but this is now 2 people saying it's fine. Ramdonko says, seriously looking for bouncy whoop frame, CiottiFPV and all. I don't know. You know, I really don't know. What's interesting about the Meteor 65 frame is that all the racers say that the Meteor 65 frame is more durable, and that's actually been my experience too. And it is bouncy as fuck. It is a floppy mess of a frame. And so, you know, the issue on a 65 mil whoop becomes, what do you want? A more durable frame, a more durable setup with a shittier PID tune and more latency, or a more fragile frame that's stiffer for better flight performance, but you have to replace the frame more often. I have my motors direct soldered to the AIO, so when a frame breaks, it's annoying as hell. Because I have to pull all four. It's not annoying as hell. It's annoying though, because I have to pull all four propellers off. And these props hate coming off of these motors. Because I have to pull the motors in through the frame. With this thing, it's even more annoying. Because oh no, it's not true. It used to be more annoying. But these never mind. It's the same thing on this. So yeah, the Meteor frame being more floppy. I don't know. Ricardo says, on your whoops, do you CLI set crash recovery equals on? I do not. You know, I turned crash recovery on a 5-inch rig like a year ago and forgot to pay attention to whether or not I liked the way that it performed in crashes. That flight controller is probably no longer with us. Should we do a but if it is, oh, I'm fucking intrigued now whether or not that's on anything. I did a bunch of research on crash recovery a while ago when there was a point where everybody was bitching about Betaflight kind of freaking out when you would hit branches and shit. It's one of the problems of running a really cranked up tune. It's one of the things I like about running a softer PID tune for a little more smoothness in the footage. So I don't really have that problem enough that I complain about it. But yeah, I was trying to kind of figure that out a little bit. Let's see. Get crash. So okay, it's on this one. So this is the test. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So this is the test bed rig. Crash recovery is on. And I think maybe it's on by default. Because I think I changed some of the values. So crash flip motor percent. I don't know what the hell that means. Crash flip expo 35. I don't know what that means. Crash D threshold equals 50. Profile 0. So here we go. So see how it has default value 400 here? Can you guys read this? Default value is 400 for this crash G threshold, but I have it at 800. So I feel like this is the one that I did turn it on, and I changed some of these settings. So I changed the G threshold from 400 to 800, which is interesting. This looks... So I just have to look for the ones that say default value. Yeah. And then here's where I turned it on down here. Let me move this over for you guys. Here's where I turned it on here. Default value equals off. Whereas I've got crash recovery turned on. So, you know, that's interesting because I flew this rig a whole bunch today. And it does fly a little different. And it did get stuck in a tree. It got stuck in a tree. But it didn't bounce up into the tree. So crash recovery, from what I remember, if you Google search like Betaflight crash recovery, there's a bunch of info on it on the GitHub. Man, it's been a long time since I read it. Basically, crash recovery kicks in, from what I can remember, when the gyro gets a huge spike. When it gets a spike that's bigger than any of the commanded movements will cause, right? Because it knows the maximum rotational rate, it knows a bunch of shit. So when it sees that you know it's hit something harder than it can do with its own power, right? That's when crash recovery triggers. But then what it does, I don't know. I wasn't really able to get a good idea of that. But what's interesting is I did do something here on this rig. What I did notice is that this rig seems to have a higher idle. I bet you the idle is at 5.5% on this rig. Yep. So that's probably all I was noticing. Although this is also a rig, man. Both GoPro. I flew six batteries today. I was on fucking fire at a spot that like I've always wanted to fly with some amazing trees. Both sessions were dead, and I forgot to hit the stop button on the DVR, so I've got nothing. But it was really, really fun. And most of those all of the batteries were at this rig because the other rig wasn't working. And it was flying totally fine. I did not notice that it crashed any better or worse. Yeah, but it flew great. This is the testing rig, the one that we put that Acon V1 or V3, whatever the hell it was, in not too long ago. And yeah, it's good to go. It's on T-Motor F40 Pro 2s, 2400 kV, motor limited 65% down on 6S1050s, 605 all up. Although today I was flying it without a session. It was hysterical. Let me look at the rest of this. Let me just see what setup I was flying. Pretty sort of boring PID tune. Nothing nuts. I did move the feed forward up. I had this. I kind of thought I could maybe feel a little bit of latency. I might be becoming a little bit more sensitive to latency. Feed forward didn't really help, which is what makes me think that it was latency related. So let me move this. Well, no, I'm gonna leave it. I'm actually gonna, because I'll forget about it. I'm gonna turn it back down. That's fine. So, all right. I mean, everything is pretty normal here. Yeah, 65% scale here. I would like to set the dynamic idle though. Yeah, props are on it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, I'm taking the props off. All right, hold on. Taking the props off real quick. All right, props are off. Props are off. All right. All right, we're fine. It's all good. All right, so it was 3,500. Whew. It was 3,500 was the midpoint. So we take the calculator and we go 35 times 0.8. 28 is where we want to set it. 28. All right, good. I was gonna guess with a 20, but these are 2400 kV. I wonder if that motor output limit scaling was... Well, you know, that's interesting. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. AKA says, thanks, just looked them up. I'm thinking I can make them. Good deal. Athix says, fly stock PID tune unless I have an issue like prop washer trilling. Expander says, what is crash recovery? We talked about that. Ricardo says, I read that CLI set crash recovery goes on after hitting a wall with a whoop is sort of auto levels it. Oh, that's interesting. I'll try it on the whoops. That's cool. AKA says, if I use the 1S plus 1S pigtail to get 2S, will I have to lock beta flight into 2S because auto detect may think 1S. No, auto detect works by looking at the voltage, so it'll see the amount of voltage and it'll know that it's 2S. Yeah, you'll be fine. Dan636 says, I gotta get me one of those prop tools. It sounds neat. It's fast too, man. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm gonna save that dynamic idle value in there. But yeah, I mean, pretty boring PID tune. Nothing wild, nothing crazy. A lot of pitch authority because it's a freestyle rig. If I wasn't so lazy, I would put Betaflight 4.3 on this, but I'll wait for the official release. I've been moving I'm gonna start creeping my center sensitivity up a little bit. When I move it up to 100, I definitely notice a difference, and I don't like it. So I moved it from 10 to 20, and everything still feels normal. So soon I'm gonna move it up from 20 to 30. Ooh, gyro filters are off, 1.2, okay. Yeah, my standard filtering setup, okay. Yeah, it flew great. It flew fucking great today. Motors didn't get hot. Beat the living hell out of it. Look at the receiver. Yeah, everything looks good. I think everything worked, too. Smart audio worked fine. But, again, there was some noise. So let's disconnect. And oh, come on, man, refocus, please. Thank you. Moving the chat over closer to the workbench. Ooh, that's nice. I'll be able to do that at the new setup too. You know what I don't have though at the what I guess I'll call second studio number 2, I guess I'll call it. What I don't have is a Logitech like this for a bench cam. So I don't know. I do have some old cameras floating around. I'm gonna see if any of them with Magic Lantern or some shit like that can maybe become a webcam. You know what I have? I have a Canon S95. I think that's what it's called. Hey, computer nerds. Anybody in the chat wanna do a Google search for me? Canon S95. Canon S95. This is actually a great little camera, little pocket camera before iPhones had good cameras on them. I wonder if I can use this as a webcam. If anybody wants to search for that, I'll love you forever. Ah, I almost forgot the end of mailbag. I'm the worst. T-Bird is, I mean, he has been legendary for quite some time. He's even more legendary now, though. This motherfucker sends me an entire box of stuff. He must be really lazy about selling stuff, but I'm not going to complain because it helps me and it helps you guys out. So everybody give T-Bird a shout out. Go subscribe to his channel or I'll stab you. He sent a big-ass box of stuff for the giveaways. Look at this. There's a friggin' X-Lite thing in here. Look at this fancy devil. Look at that. One of you guys is going to win this. For the record, this, you cannot pinch, in my opinion, that you can't pinch this. You can't reach the top. You can't put full yaw and full throttle. It's just not. You just can't. You can't pinch this radio. So if you pinch, definitely don't get this radio. This is 100% a thumbs only radio, and I've got big fucking hands. I've got big long fingers. So yeah, absolutely not a pinching radio. The FR Sky X Lite. But man, is it a fancy devil? It's nice looking. So there's that. There's good lord, M4Q. I'm just gonna rip through this stuff. Bunch of FPV crate T-motor Veloce motors, Velox Veloce motors. Jesus, there's a whole tiny whoop in here. Bunch of propellers. What? This says, "Oh, cool! The Player One frame. Whose frame is this? This is This is God damn it! See him on Instagram all the time. Dan636 says Canon EOS webcam utility. I didn't see the S95 in the list of cameras that the webcam utility supports for, but I could have missed it. This is Brock's frame. This is Broccoli's frame, I believe. That's rad. Oh, that's right. This is the that's right. T-Bird told me about this. This is the Project Mockingbird, Blue Jay, Project Blue Jay, Mocking Jay, Blue Mocking Jay. It's not supported right. 9 says. Yeah, I had a feeling. Bunch more propellers. Look at this shit. What's this doing in here? I have a feeling I'm tuning this and sending it back to him or something like that. What in the hell? That's a, why can't I think of the name of the frame? It's an Impulse RC. I keep wanting to say Impulse RC aliens. It's absolutely not an alien. Impulse RC Axiom. Zip Zab. What the fuck is it called? These are the FPV Cycle V3 ducts, which is super awesome. You know what I want to do? Apex. Thank you, Corey. Jesus Christ. Apex, of course. I want to compare these to the the Thingiverse ducts. So here's the Thingiverse duct, and here's the... I'm assuming it's a 1-to-1 ripoff. And it is. Yeah. Yeah, they're identical. Okay. So... Okay. So the if you're gonna run a 3D printed duct, now you should get them from FPV Cycle, because Bob went through the effort and time and R&D. But if you're broke, you're gonna do whatever you want anyway. And you heard it here first. They are the same. The ones on Thingiverse and the ones on FPV Cycle. The V3. These are the FPV Cycle V3 ducts. I think it's the same thing as this, too. Were you guys staring at my ass? Let's see. No, okay, so these are different. Oh, yeah, drastically different. Okay, so there are different ones on Thingiverse. Who printed me those red ducts? Was that Matt? I think that was Matt. I wonder where Matt got that file. So here's the other Thingiverse duct compared to the V3. Definitely different. So... Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Oh, big difference in strength. Good lord. The one from Thingiverse is nowhere near as it's I'm not gonna say strong, but it's the one from Thingiverse is not nearly as flex resistant. This is the V3 from FPV Cycle. This is the one from Thingiverse. Technically, this could be more durable, because bendy stuff will sometimes absorb the impact more. You know what I mean? Damn. T-Bird, good lord. QAVS, 5-inch normal end, Joshua Bardwell. Look at that. That'll be fun to check out. That'll be fun to check out the normal one versus the Bardwell edition. T-Bird, Jesus Christ, man. You are far too kind, sir. A bunch of ESCs and flight controllers. And oh, cool! One of the Cockroach 75 frames in black. I'm keeping this. I've been meaning to get one of these Cockroach 75 frames in black. Screw you guys. Cockroach 65 frame in smoke crotch color. And I think I saw like one more thing in there. Hold on a second though. Putting this in here. Back where it belongs. Don't fall over, you jackass. Oh, there we go. Some more propellers. QAVS 3-inch. QAVS Mini, I should say. Another flight controller. Good lord, bro. Oh, I opened the box upside down. And an FPV Cycle Prototype 5. More propellers. I opened the box upside down. My god, man. It was a KISS build on a Joshua Bardwell frame. Good lord, man! You guys are righteous. I don't deserve such an amazing audience. My god, man. Riot9 with a $5 Australian super chat. He says 1 entry to the Steel Apex giveaway. CMYK FPV says, what's good? Do they quack? Does what quack? Dan636 says, hold on. Move this back over here. Dan636 says, I got an article that explains how to do it using your camera. How do I get that link to you? CiottiFPV on either Facebook Messenger or Instagram. Article that explains how to do it using your cam. Oh, the S95. The S95. Nice. The rest are videos that I don't want to leave the stream for. Roboxon says you got some explaining to do. Is that the same box Tweet FPV opened? I don't think so. What? What do you mean, Rob? What do you mean? What box? What? Confused. Oops, I think I just changed the color of the lights. I did. Let me fix that. There we go. Fairly Functional's here. Flying Brian's here. What's up, friends? Is it all right? So it's 8:21. We got plenty of time. Cool. Tyler, my god, man, thank you so much. Jesus Christ, this is outrageous. Out-fucking-rageous. Christmas came early for the chat, man. Lots of giveaway stuff. Good lord. M4Q. Man, very cool. Very, very cool. Somebody's going to get a dope transmitter. Somebody else is going to get a dope charger. We'll do a bunch of giveaways with this stuff on the 12 Hours of Christmas stream. What do you think of that? The way that it works on that stream is that like I do giveaways when I see a lot of people in the chat. So yeah, or maybe like on the hour, or I don't know. We do it kind of fast and loose. But yeah, the 12 hours. No, not the 24 hours. No. The 12 hours of Christmas, which will be on Christmas Day starting at 4 p.m. That stream, yeah, it's a good one. If you miss it, you'll be angry with yourself, because there's going to be a shitload of giveaways, and I'm going to be wearing a goddamn ass flap having set of red onesie pajamas for as much of the time as you guys would like. The way that it works is, if we get to $100 in super chat, $100 in super chats and PayPals by the end of the first hour, I have to put the onesie on. And then if it takes us until the end of the second hour to get there, that's fine. I gotta put it on at the end of the second hour then. Once it's on, every hour that we've hit $100, I have to wear the onesie for an hour. And what I think I'll do is, if you guys miss an hour, that'll incentivize you guys to not do... I don't know how I'll do the giveaways. But I'll figure something out. Better be there. 12 Hours of Christmas. December 20... whatever Christmas is. Is it 25th? 24th? I don't know. Ricardo says, don't give it all away now. Do product reviews first. That's true. The problem with product reviews is it's I end up putting in like 10, 15, 20 hours of work because I have to do a build with the damn thing. So yeah, I've got plenty of stuff to do product. If I'm going to start doing product reviews, it's going to be on propellers. Because that's what there aren't product reviews out there of. Because, quite honestly, there just aren't really many, if any, pilots that are good enough to actually feel the difference and like use the difference between propellers that's doing prop reviews at the moment. So yeah, in terms of product reviews, that would be my niche, right? Because I'm a half decent pilot. I think it's safe to say that I'm of the people that have a potential to do like product reviews, right? Like, which is not many. Most of the pro pilots aren't doing product reviews anymore, right? They're flying paying gigs. Those of us that are left, yeah, I think I'm one of the best pilots of those people. So, Veritas Weasel with a $19.99 super chat. Dude, thank you so much. Super generous. CiottiFPV, hi bud. Hello, Veritas Weasel. Thank you for coming to the Friday night shitstorm. Sunday's stream will be in a new location. Studio number 2. This is now Studio 1. Studio 1 and Studio 2. Rewind this stream, you can see some pictures of Studio 2. Rob Axelson says, apparently TweetFPV got a box maybe from maybe Bardwell. He kept hearing voices, then got hit with a box. It's a funny video. It is the pass-along box. Add something, take something. Oh, the... yeah, that box came to me a long time ago. Turtle FPV. Speedy Turtle. Speedy Turtle. I think it's Speedy Turtle. Yeah, I didn't watch that video of Joshua's because that box has been here before, so I know what's in it. But yeah, no, this is not that box. This is from T-Bird. Weirdo with a skateboard says, "What box? This is a conspiracy. What's up, weirdo?" AKA says, "Saw that. It was a while back. Not the same box." Robertson says, "By the way, Ralphie Pink Bunny suit was out of gangly size. Sorry." Nice. Good thinking. Metal Dirt's coming to the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. Listening while trying to finish my edit for bot stream in a half an hour. Wish me luck. Go, go, go. Everybody go subscribe to Metal Dirtskin's channel or I will just beat you to death. Weirdo with a skateboard says, "Why does something happen every time I leave for a minute?" I don't know. Speedy Turtle Cares package. That's it. Good call, Remy Tim. Thank you, brother. Cool. Caught up on chat, I think. If I missed any chats, let me know. Moving the chat window over. Let's take a couple of glides apart. There we go. T-Bird, Jesus Christ, thanks again. My goodness, man. Too kind. Too kind. Mockingbird. Tiny Whoop. Look at that. Wild. Alright, look at this mess I got over here. Rob Axelson says, "I'm at least mediocre." It's true. It's true. In the title of this live stream is how to fix your TPU. So let's actually do that first. This TPU session mount in the cold cracked up there. See it? Cracked there all the way through. It's starting to crack on this side as well. You can see I've already melted it back together before. I've shown you guys how to do this before. And it's starting to separate back there too. So we are going to melt this all back together. And I have a new sort of theory on it and philosophy about how to do this the best possible way. I really do think that using the garage, Jesus Christ, the gas station shitty little micro torches is the way to go, because they make the smallest little jet of heat, and so you can put that exactly on the spot where you need it. Patrick has arrived. I can hear the window singing the song of my people. Ah, I locked the door. Sons of bitches. I locked the door to keep bandits out. What up, bandit?
What's up, Captain Dicko?
Did you drive here silently with 7,000 horsepowers?
No, still racing like a man.
Still burning dinosaurs like a fucking weeb.
I'm cruel to the world.
Hold on. That's my edit no excuses alarm. Rob Oxison says break out the torches. Yeah. So, yeah, I really do think that this shitty-ass gas station torch is the way to go. And I'm going to show you why in a second here. I didn't expect that, but okay. So let's put that back on, and we're going to melt it back together with this on, and then we're going to remove it. Sometimes I'll just do it, sometimes I'll melt it back together when it's just bolted down, because the bolts hold everything in place, as we just saw. But yeah. Fuck. Crack torches, yeah, right. Alright, so we're going to keep this, we're just going to bolt this corner down, and then we're going to get this one stuck, and then we'll do the other ones while it's off.
Things out of place in Ciotti's room?
I know, right? I got home like 2 hours ago.
Probably that.
Ah, nice! Look at this fucking guy. Look at this legend.
Make some testers.
He brought a decibel meter so that we can test the how loud the different Tiny Whoop props are and the ducts. Yo,
And you notice
So-
he didn't say how quiet they were.
Yeah. Dude, check this out. So there's
A
somebody.
new double new version.
Somebody, that's the V3 design. Somebody knocked off the V3 design. This is
Not
the.
tapered.
That's the. So look how many.
Stand like.
So we've got. Look how many we have now. And then these two, and then look, we got this one as
This
well.
is printed though. Man, that's printed real well too.
Right? Yeah, I think Matt. So that's the red one is exactly the same as the V3, and then look, we have this one too. So
This is the one I printed.
there are now 5
Yeah, this one where you can kind of see the ducks. This one might be better for your
duck designs.
people.
So that's the FPV Cycle V3. If you go on FPV Cycle's website, you can't get it in red.
Duck, right?
This is Bob and Stan together, and then these are the Thingiverse ducts. Did you found these?
These are the original.
You found these on
I found this
Thingiverse,
one,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
This one's
cool.
the ones I'm running here.
Tell the lovely chat what you searched for, if you remember, to
Oh,
find
Jesus,
them bitches.
Lord of Mary and Joseph.
All right, never mind, chat. I tried.
Cinesplore, FPV Cycle.
I'm sure that's what you searched. Like, why would you search for anything different? So, here you go. Yeah.
It rolled forever.
So let's melt this one real quick. I'll get it in a second.
Make sure the torch is on when you get it. It's the red one so you can see it.
Oh, perfect. All right, so I just wanted to melt that one enough to kind of get it started so that I can take that screw off, and then we'll melt it back together from the bottom.
Don't need to screw off.
We'll screw it off from the bottom. It's important to screw it off as often as possible. Yeah, I flew 6 batteries today.
On what, 5-inch?
Yeah, without a GoPro because both my sessions batteries were dead. Because I let them sit for 4 days. Oh, fuck me.
You see that barbell video where it's like, how long can you wait until you storage charge your batteries? And then underneath it says, P.S. you waited too long.
Yeah. That's why I flew 6 batteries today. Oh, it fell off again. Son of a bitch. I didn't wait for long enough.
Was that the construction site thingy that I saw?
No, that was from last year. Today I flew at Howell Park on Old Milton up towards Lawrenceville. A really cool spot. The only reason I could fly there though is it was really misty and horrible out, so
yeah.
nobody was there. But every other time I've driven past that, it's been busy. But what a spot, dude! Oh my god.
You get up over the trees, you really can't see anything down. You ever get up high
It
and
was
then look and you're like,
wild.
oh crap.
I've never had that happen before. All right, so let's try
That smells good.
melting the bottom here, and we'll just be a little bit more patient this time. All right. So we're going to exercise some patience, which is very difficult for me. I hope you guys appreciate it. Break out the torches. We call them crack torches. Ramdago says, never asked equals you never mentioned. CiottiFPV. Zoe FPV, she's an inspiration also. Yeah, for sure. Zoe's amazing.
Oh, dude, we gotta go 3D, for real. We have to. This is
What
stupid.
happened?
Why not? What are you talking about? We've talked about it before.
We have.
Why don't we have a 3D rig?
We have.
We should all have a 3D rig.
We still got to do the LED thing.
Yeah, it's cool. Too. But yeah, shout out to Zoe for sure.
For sure. Yeah, the 3. There's just no. You're right. There's no reason not to, especially if we put it on the Switch, like we were talking about.
You get the one that can do 3D. You know, when you want to go out and do the...
Oh, Remy Tim, thank you for reminding me of that. I had that exact same thought when I was at Maggie's, and then things happened and I forgot it. That's what I'll do. I'll use I'll use the Hero 6. I think the Hero 6 will do it, because I don't do anything with the Hero 6. I'll use that as my bench cam. Perfect. Weirdo the Skateboard sent me something on Discord because YouTube is a dick. Rob Axton says, I heard his overpriced golf cart pull up. No, it's not yet. Not yet. Soon. Flying Brian says, if you find the file of this mount, I'll print you a few and send them to you. So this is BMC 3D's mount design, and it's better than anything. These mounts last me about 2 years. This one is more than 2 years old. Because of the way that it's printed, because it's front mount, it has to be printed from the bottom up, and that's why it rips in a bunch of these places. But you just melt it back together, and it's good to go. What was I just gonna do?
These.
T-Bird sent that. T-Bird sent me that entire box for giveaways. I was like, dude,
I want to fly
holy
this.
shit.
I want to fly this.
Take it home.
Can I fly it?
Yeah, it's got Vista.
Yeah, I'll just use my radio.
I don't know why he sent that. I don't know if he sent that for me to tune it or for a giveaway. I don't know anything about it. I gotta talk to him.
I'll tell you about it.
Perfect. Weirdo with a skateboard sent something on Discord. I'm looking at it. Take the props off. Here where I can send you shit. Yeah, hell yeah, weirdo. Totally. We can absolutely do that, brother. Flying Brian says, what was it called again? I'll send you some new ones. This is made by BMC 3D. BMC 3D is they're one of the, they're like Brain 3D, but better. So they don't release their designs, they just print them. There is no glide session mount that I've found on Thingiverse that's anywhere near as good as this. What's it? Oh.
Crossfire on it. It's got a single cap on it, so
It's not
we all
this.
know it's not Mr. Steele's build.
It's definitely not good, I can tell you that. This side was starting to rip. Yeah, this side was starting to rip. So yeah, this is how you fix TPU, guys. You just take your little torch and you just roast the crack, and it gets all hot and it gets all molten and it fucking molts back together, and that's it. That's the whole thing. It's great. It works really, really well. I've been doing this forever, and
Really?
it just works.
It keeps failing, but it works.
Dude,
Up until it fails.
The fucking cold. My
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
The cold just annihilated all my mounts all right away. I was like, what? Wow, I remember this now. Yeah, so you just sit here with a little torch.
You don't have to crash.
Torch it? You don't have to.
You don't have to crash.
But why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, consider the source, I guess.
And eventually, some of the material is going to evaporate or whatever, and then you just take some scrap TPU that you've got, cut a little piece of it, put it on top, and melt it on in. Nice and...
Plastic welding.
Yeah, plastic welding. That's what it's called. I'll do that for you guys. And you can even like mix colors if you want to be ultra nerdy.
It smells good.
It does smell great. Make sure you breathe it in. It's really good for you. Clears out your sinuses. I'm going to preemptively heat this side up here.
You're really going at it, aren't you?
Really just getting in there. Just get it. Make sure you just
Rigs don't
get it.
win beauty contests.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no sense in your rigs looking good, boys and girls. The more melted, the better. And, yeah, that's it. Good as new. Ugly as hell, and good as new. Just like me.
Spray paint that son of a bitch. Good to go.
Good to gizzle. Get it on the corner here a little bit. Oh, yeah. Just get that. Oh! It's bendy.
She's running.
Bendy. I got a little too hot. I got it a little too hot.
She's running.
Come on. Come on, cool off. Cool off. Stop bending.
Maybe put your torch head on it. Support.
And this, you know, you're going to bolt this down, guys, so it doesn't really, like, matter what it looks like.
Ratchet much.
I know,
Flying
right?
this radio yet?
Not yet. You know, I think that's going to be my main radio, though.
You need to take the ratchet off of it.
Yeah, I know. It's,
Jesus
you know what I realized?
Christ. Click,
Feel how fresh the switches are, though. The fucking, oh, God. Fresh switches,
Still
dude.
one broken.
I know. With a blue nut, nonetheless.
Yeah. This one is broken.
Alright, so I'm just giving this another second. Wow, the chat is just gone absolutely bananas. Flying Brian, we got that. Rob Oxison says, you're fuse welding that TPU. Try adding some material when you melt. It will add strength. S. Gray says, any thoughts on the GemFan 2023 props? Have you tried them yet? I have. I didn't really like them. They were really loud, and they weren't pitchy enough. Fine Brian, no, we got that. Veritas Weasel says, "What's this? I hear you're building an AI BattleBot that shoots down Bardwell drones. Is it that time of the year again? Is it make up a BattleBot story about Ciotti again? CiottiFPV.com, scroll to the bottom. The existing BattleBot story from last year is up on there. It's pretty funny. Fine Brian says, well, in that case, I'll make my own version of it. Robox says you got to add material. Yeah, this mount is like right at the point where I'm going to start adding material. I probably should have added some material up here on this one, but if I'm going to add material, I'm going to do it while this thing is bolted down. So yeah, that'll be my excuse for this one. Let's kick this top plate off. How much time do I have? 8:42. Cool, we got 20 minutes. Let me pull this top plate off. I'll see if I can figure out if there's anything obvious as to why this is has a video noise issue. It's not too bad. It's not unflyable by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a little annoying. There's just no reason for it. Oh. You know what's funny about this rig? This is my only rig that's not on an Immersion RC Tramp VTX. And this is my only rig with video noise. So that's kind of annoying. Yeah, okay, well, so the TBS VTX is gigantic, and because of that, the plug header sits right below the battery leads on the on the ESC. So I think I've pretty much instantly gotten to the bottom of that problem, and that's really not something that I can fix. The VTX is just big. I mean, I guess I could put longer hardware in here and lift the ESC up a little bit, but I don't really have much room. I only have maybe like 2 extra millimeters here. So what I would actually have to do is rotate the entire ESC, and that ain't happening. So I think this rig is just going to have video noise. I mean,
what's video noise?
I mean, I'll grab the video wire and pull it all the way in one direction. Sometimes that'll help. I'll pull it all the way over here. There's a chance that'll help. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Because, yeah, I mean, there's not really a great way to get that away from these noisy battery leads. Okay, Immersion RC Tramp. I don't know. 10. TBS Unify, 0. What do you run in that? What do you have in the way of analog big VTXs? Just that 1 watt Rush at this point?
But I have the 1 watt Unify too.
Ah, right.
So it should be, I've got about 20 flights into it, so at about 0.5% reduction. Down to 90% light.
So you're at like 900 watts now. Good to know.
Well, never was there to begin with.
It was fine though, wasn't it?
We're thinking 840, 845.
Rob Assistant says, or just change the VTX. So this is the test bed rig. So yeah, I mean, this is a part of the testing of this VTX. This VTX is too big for a glide build that's set up in the exact way that I set mine up. You know, that's a useful data point. I I do want to fly this VTX some more to see how it handles abuse and getting hot and shit like that. So it'll stay, but you know this is a part of the testing. Is that it sucks. You know, the other thing I want to do is move these wrap straps over. Man, I really wanted to pull that other rig apart. I don't think we're gonna have time. But I want to move these wrap straps over to the other side of the foam landing foot piece. Jobber. Jib jab. Slip slap. Maybe I can just stretch it up and over without it ripping. They rip pretty easily though. Probably gonna rip it, but yeah, it survived. Look at that. Yeah, so I just want to move these to the other side so they pull down directly on the oh, that doesn't work. Now it's too loose. Shit. Come on. Get out of there. Get over there. There we go. Yes, this blocks some of the LED-ness, but it's worth it. Because it means I don't have to take these race wire LEDs off, and I'm sorry, it means that I don't have to take these rubber feet off and switch them. I think. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just rambling. All right. Crap strap. Oh, no. It means that I don't have to re-VHB these things down. And the VHB doesn't last forever anyway. I've begun to run either zip ties or the 3D printed versions of these wrap straps directly over the race wire LEDs to really just as solidly as possible hold them down, because it's no good when they pop up, because that's when they can get up into the props, and that's when your day gets a lot worse. There we go. Cool. And these ones on this side are actually still fine. So alright, we're gonna put this freshly melted mount back on. And sometimes if you melt it, it'll like shorten up a little bit and you'll have to like really ram the screws home. But it's fine, it's TPU, it'll stretch. There we go. Rob Oxison says those are C wrap straps. Yeah, C-wrap strap is what it's called on if you wanted to 3D print it. These are the actual wrap straps, RAP straps. These are molded out of this rubber material. I actually like the, believe it or not, the C wrap straps on Thingiverse 3D printed at a TPU are more durable than these molded rubberized wrap straps. They're not as stretchy, but we don't really need the stretchiness of these. So yeah, the C-RAP straps on Thingiverse are really, really nice. I really like them. You might need to change the scale of them, though. I think when you download that file, I think the scale is wrong, and they'll print like really, really small. I think you want to like increase the size of it, like 200% or something like that. Somebody printed them for me a while ago, and they said they had to do that. And then somebody really recently said they were having that problem. They printed it and it was really small. This antenna is getting the hell beaten out of it, but it seems to be okay. I really put it through some shit today. Took it pretty well. Okay. Alright, so this guy's good to go again. I am actually going to add a little material here, so I'll show you guys how to do that. So you just take your old garbage, whatever, 3D printed file, 3D printed thing, cut some little pieces off of it. Usually I can get one big piece, but it's whatever. Get a couple little pieces and just put them where you want them and melt them in. It's going to be hard for you guys to see because I need to be able to see what I'm doing here. But I'll do my best. I also need to be aware of where the fire is going to go to some extent. Alright, so I'm just going to put these two little guys there. Doesn't need to be exact because they're going to flow all over the place. And now with you want to understand that these are going to melt and become liquid and flow. So you want to like be ready for that and have gravity like on your, just be thinking about gravity as to like where they're going to flow to. So I'm pretty sure you guys aren't going to be able to see this. There's no way for me to really do this and show you. Oh, no, oh, wait, there we go. I think I might be able to do it like this. So this is the other nice thing about the little torches is like you're doing this right next to the camera and shit. You know, the little torch is the smallest possible flame. See, now it's starting to flow. And now I want it to go downwards a little bit, so I'm going to turn it down like this. There it goes. Yeah. I actually just need to give a little bit more heat to it. Alright. Just want it to flow downwards a little bit more. Just adding a little bit more heat. Come on, buddy. Drip down. There it is. There it goes. I'm actually going to add another little piece down in the bottom there. Those are in a good spot, but I just need a little bit more on the bottom flat part. And instead of just continuing to roast this, as you apply more heat, more of it evaporates. That's the majority of the smoke that you're seeing, I think.
That's what it is.
Alright, so I'm going to put that one there. And then I need to have gravity on my side, so I got to do this down here, guys. So you ain't going to see it, but just use your imagination. There we go. There it is. All right. So there you can maybe see it. See how it all melted in? I find that to be the coolest shit in the world. Backup rig is done.
You lie.
Not backup. What's that one called? Test bed rig. Testing rig is back in business. What a mess that made. Jesus. Okay. What do we got? 5 minutes? Let's kick the... what was this doing? Oh, this is that wire problem. So I'll pull the top plate off of this, and then we'll probably break for lunch here. You guys can go watch some Bot Grinder. Veritas Weasel says, my babe wants to know if your onesie has pink bunny ears and a tail. It does not. But for $100 an hour, I will absolutely wear a pink bunny ear onesie with a tail. Although the tail will be a mess. Somebody in the chat earlier said they tried to find it in a large man size and they couldn't. It has to be 6'3" ready. As Grace says, thanks for the tip. Searches for a lower pitch 2-inch for indoor racing and tight courses. Well, if that's, I mean, try them. I mean, they're cheap, you know. Mainly drones with 1103.4. They might be good. Oh, you already have them. I like the handling on the GemFan 2040. Oh, 2040, but they're fragile. Yeah. The 2020s, or whatever the hell they are, they're way stronger than the 2040s. Definitely try them. WanFPV says, where do you get the landing foam? Impulse RC has the magical landing foam that's actually like really durable. Yeah, they sell it in these strips, and it's amazing. So top plate is coming off here, and then we will wrap this thing up. Riot 9 says 5-minute reminder. Thank you, brother. And actually, yeah, we'll be able to not fix, but we'll be able to diagnose this in the next 4 minutes. Because there's a white wire that I can see through the bottom of the frame has been cut somehow. I honestly don't know how the hell that happened. I have never had that happen before. But I'll be able to tell by just going like this. So here's the white wire coming out of the ESC. And... oh no, it's fine. What the hell's that white wire then? Oh, it's the audio wire. It's the audio wire, that's right. Okay. So that's actually fine. That white wire can be there. So in the OSD, the warning I was getting is RPM filter, but I feel like I've flown this rig recently, so I don't really know what's going on. I can leave the props on because I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this Vifly, which is going to trip at 1 amp. So let's get this plugged into Betaflight and see what the hell's going on. Maybe I haven't flown. No, I have flown this. I don't understand why I'm getting that warning, but we are going to find out. Just get this out of here. Plug it in. Boom. Sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop. Okay, so we're going to go over here. I'm going to go Betaflight, and let's look in motors, and bidirectional is on. D-Shot 600. Okay, so we're going to disconnect. We're going to fire up BL Heli 32, and we're going to apply power. And we're going to take a look at what version number by connecting.
3.5.1.
I know, right? Hopefully. And then we're going to check, and let's see what it says. Nah, 32.8. It's on the right firmware. That's weird. What the hell? Bueller? PWM high, 48, low 24, brake on stop, 100%, motor timing auto, ramp up power 50, startup beep, beacon delay. Huh. That's weird. Let's just flash it again. No, let's not. Well, that's weird. What the hell is that about? Let me double check in here. Config, 8K. Motors. 14 poles, bidirectional. Have something set wrong in here? No. 100% scale. What happened to you, friend? Why have you died on me? Filters look fine. I actually have a lot of filtering in here. I could probably turn these gyro low passes off. Gyro RPM, that looks fine. What? What's going on with this thing? Will it spin the motors in Betaflight? Yeah, it will. Okay. That's very weird. Okay, we've run out of time. Everything looks fine. I betcha if I put a battery on it and arm it, it'll fly. Because sometimes quads just do weird shit. And I bet you this is one of those times, but I'll get back to you. Damn. Weird. All right, friends, go watch Bot Grinder. I love you. Here's some flying from the same spot, same day as earlier. Be good. See you guys on Sunday from Studio 2. What do you think of that? Oh shit, don't copyright me. Yeah, there we go. Love you guys. Be good. Later.